Good evening. We're listening to 100.9 KWTN, the Big Voice Radio, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe in Nebraska, out of Allen, Nebraska.
There you go. Big Voice Sports with Coach Q.
This is the 16th episode of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, and right now I'm joined by DJ Guarantee.
What up?
And also joined here by DJ Bessami.
What's up, Bessami?
Hello.
Bessami's on the ones and twos over here.
Dang.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Sports Talk Show. And around here, we talk a lot of res sports around here. We try to stay in with the times, and I was telling some of my buddies the other day, I was like, I don't really come up with the topic list until like the day before because I try to be as current as I can with the info, and I sit up and watch sports and whatnot.
Right.
And one thing that me and Eugene agreed on is a lot of these things that we talk about, we always try to be there too, just so we can see on firsthand of what's going on.
Yeah, because there's a whole feel, there's a whole vibe. There's some things that might happen in the stand that could influence the outplay of the game or something like that. You know what I mean? So I understand for sure.
You know what? I was really jealous of you guys when you guys was able to make the trip down to watch Santee playing that game to make the state tournament. I was really jealous of you guys that night because I ended up watching it because I couldn't make it. I had prior obligations, but I watched it. And I was like, I could have been down there calling the game.
Yeah, district finals game and stuff. It was on a whim, but because you guys called the night before when Winnebago was playing against Ashland Greenwood. Mm-hmm. Side note here, too, back-to-back champions for the class there. And Winnebago had them. It was a pretty good game and stuff, you know what I mean? But that third quarter got away from Winnebago, and then they just ran away with it in that fourth quarter. Anyways, Coach LaPlante was the one that said, hey, you guys should do our district final game. So it all worked out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, it was good.
I was real happy about that, and also putting the Big Voice radio on the map,
Yeah.
And I kept on saying while we did the live feed from down at the state tournament, reminding the listeners that this is the first time in history of Nebraska that there's
you guys made history.
all native, broadcasting team,
right?
Doing the game down there.
That was dope. That was really cool, man.
I would love to go do that again.
For sure. So we need to get some teams in there. I know that the Big Voice itself, it's growing on Winnebago Talks. We got season 2. Mm-hmm. Make sure you join us on Tuesday. We got Res Ride tomorrow. ARL is going to be popping out. We actually have a good race on that ARL with the top 5 in there. So did you cast your vote?
Which one? I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I usually try to get my 2 cents in there and put the number down and even put a comment behind it.
Yeah, some people do it kind of trickery. But if you guys don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you guys can message and you tally up those, right?
Yes, I do. I take names and I put everything into a drawing, and then we get into that drawing towards the concluding portion before we get started on that countdown.
All right, Q. It's madness. This March. It's madness, right?
It is so madness. I mean, everybody, we're going to talk about the brackets later on in the show, the Final Four is coming this weekend. It's going to be
Saturday, right?
It's going to be huge. Yeah, Saturday evening. What I was going to tell you is that we got a good show for everybody tonight. I'm going to read off the topics that we're going to talk about tonight. Mm-hmm. And one of them is basketball,
mm-hmm.
And basketball season has come to an end. State tournaments are over. The college basketball season is coming to an end next week. And then after that, it's just the NBA playoffs and then summertime,
Yeah.
So you guys that are getting tired of basketball, we're going to be talking about a lot of other sports,
Right. But I heard there's some tournaments happening in Denver, and then there's they say after the season ends, that's when the next season begins.
The season begins.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, I know we're going to have a co-host, Coach Huge, come in here in a few minutes. But until then, I was going to say, just to touch up on the basketball, myself, Coach Huge, and a lot of the other coaches from Winnebago, we're taking some youth teams down to the big tournament down in Denver.
Nice.
And it's a high school all-Indian basketball tournament. I believe they're in their 38th year. And the Winnebago's been going to this tournament even before I was in high school.
Nice.
So I haven't been down there and coached since I believe it was 2013, I believe.
Word.
And so, I'm excited to go back down there and, coach in this tournament. And I have a lot of old friends down here, a lot of old coaches. Haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
so
what's the tournament called?
It's called the All West Native American Classic.
And then is there a place where we can find like the information if we can't make it down there? Do they offer a stream or anything?
You know what? We'll actually put that on. We'll put it on the Big Voice.
Oh, okay.
We'll put a link on there for the live stream because this year they're actually having a live stream.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it cost a few bucks to get it, but you can watch your family members all the way from your bedroom, all the way to or the living room, all the way from Denver, Colorado. So it'd be nice.
Speaking of that Santee game, I was there when Coach LaPlante was talking to the media afterwards.
Yeah.
They were asking him some questions, and he handled it pretty good. I mean, it was really good and stuff. And then he just like, wow, that's where our season's not done. We're going to be heading to Denver in a couple of weeks, and so we're just going to forget this tournament and look for the next tournament, and that's upon us this weekend, right?
Yeah,
so it's just like, wow, that was pretty cool.
So this is pretty crazy because a lot of the coaches that Winnebago played this year, Santee, Pine Ridge, Omaha Nation, Walt Hill,
right.
All these coaches are bringing a high school team down.
Oh, cool, for Denver.
Yeah, for Denver.
Right on.
And then we have myself. I'm bringing a young squad, a JV squad down with sophomore and freshmen.
Yeah.
And the seniors that we have from Winnebago, they're playing on a couple of different teams. They kind of teamed up with some of their buddies and stuff like that. So everybody from northeast Nebraska is going to be playing ball this weekend.
Oh, nice. That is good. That is good. So travel safe, everybody.
Yeah, everybody travel safe. Caravan if you guys can.
For sure.
All right. So the topics that we're going to talk about tonight are, this evening, we're going to get into some spring sports talk. I had a conversation with the coaches, and I'll let you know what's up with the golf clubs. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Winnebago track and field squad, and they were in action for the first time yesterday. And then once again, we're going to bring up the youth baseball and softball. Bring that up again, and we're still recruiting. Coach Huge, myself, and the other coaches.
Yeah, didn't they have like a meeting
recruiting.
That happened on Sunday or something like that?
It was like a gathering, like a little skills time. They ran through some drills and trying to get some kids signed up.
America's game, man, baseball. You gotta love it. You know what I mean? I love watching my kids play baseball and stuff.
I do too.
For sure.
I love watching them play.
Parents, if you could help us out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then our final topic. Well, not our final topic, but one of the last ones is the NCAA Final Four. We will discuss the Final Four this weekend and the championship game that's going to happen on Monday.
Getting down to brass tacks.
For sure. So this past weekend they had the Elite Eight. You remember that question? What was the final 16 teams? They called the what? The Sweet 16.
Yeah.
But I watched some of those games, man. They're pretty good. When that time comes, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Then if we have some time, we'll talk about a few miscellaneous topics. We'll talk a little bit about summer volleyball, summer basketball.
Oh,
maybe see what.
Hey, that's what makes me excited for this show here, man. Because we get to those results. Like everybody goes up plays softball.
Yep.
And then those that are not usually playing softball, they're over there playing some volleyball. Now we could announce like, hey, this is teams, or maybe even hook up some people that are looking for a team to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a list together through through the softball complex out there, all the teams from Winnebago, and Walt Hill and Macy, and then make sure I got everybody's name and try to track them on their records.
Let's
and stuff,
do it, man. You know what I mean?
I know I'll be out to the field. We're actually getting our family softball team together.
What you guys called?
Niju Maniga.
Oh.
And our softball name's named after my Choka PJ.
Okay.
That was his Indian name. So just all the offspring of PJ LaPointe,
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go do that. My grandma just turned
Make some
I think
good
97, memories. And she's gonna be out there. She just got these new hearing aids, so she's out there, trying to be young again.
Some new beats,
so she wants to come see her grandsons and great grandsons.
Yeah.
Great grandsons all play some ball,
For sure.
Yep.
Nice.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then just a couple other miscellaneous topics. Be football, off-season football, boxing, esports.
Boxing, let's go.
Yeah, and then some strength training. I got some information on strength training.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get right into it.
Let's go.
All right, so
Let's go.
The springtime at our high school in Winnebago, we have a few sports. We have track and field. I believe we have esports, and we also have golf. Boys golf is what happens in the springtime. So,
do you know what a par is?
Yeah, do you know what a par is, Ben?
A par is when you hit the ball.
Oh my goodness, this is on Winnebago Talks. That's why I bring it up. You know, I don't know if he's watched Winnebago Talks and stuff, but that's what I said. Hey, springtime's coming around. Everybody's gonna be heading to the golf course. Let's go.
A change is gonna come.
You know,
that's on ARL.
A long time ago, I used to kind of like dog on people that play golf. Like, oh, he's old man. You know, like, this old man can't play ball no more. You know,
that's
for everybody.
Me. Yeah. For real.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you what. There's a lot of people out there that golf nowadays.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like from Winnebago, I can maybe remember a couple of handfuls of people that were the only ones that used to golf.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, big old golf tournament going on up here, and you know you don't have to pay for it. So everybody who showed, there'd be like 10 guys.
Right.
And you do that now, you're gonna get probably about 100 people that show up.
Nice.
That you know that'll be at that golf tournament, you know, ready to play. So so golf has really picked up in this area, and I can't remember the name of it, but Homer has a brand new golf course up there.
Oh, cool.
And they're kind of hiding it from us, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of take over. Maybe we'll have to approach them and say, hey, we got Big Voice down here. You guys want to do like a sponsorship and stuff, you know?
Yeah, but we definitely got to try to get up there somehow and check out that course this year. And, you know, Winnebago, we have a couple of really good coaches here. Coaches that have taken student athletes to the state tournament level. Right.
And, like when I was in high school, the only thing that we had was like PE. And I remember our PE teacher, I don't know if the viewers remember him too, but it was Tim Bowen. Remember? I don't know if you remember Tim Bowen and stuff, you know, big dude from Peru and stuff like that. But he was our football. And we would have to do a lesson on golf. That was my only exposure. But now we have some state qualifiers that are coming out of WPS.
Yeah.
So for sure.
And we see some younger people looking up and saying, hey, these guys are golfing and they're going to state, you know.
For sure.
When I say it, because I got one of my sons that, you know, he's out for track this year in 8th grade, but next year he said, I'm not going out for track, Dad. I'm gonna go out for golf.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
and so you know, I had a good conversation with the coaches up there, Sky Aldrich and Kenny Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, two young men, for
we gotta get them on.
Putting in time. Yeah.
Tell them to come up.
I tried to get them on this time. They said, hey, we're gonna have to work out a schedule to get us on. So definitely before this season's over, I'd love to hear from both those guys. You know, but shout out to you guys and all the work that you do, and all the work that you guys plan on doing, because information that I got about golf. So the first meet is this Thursday at Battle Creek, and the golfers that are going to be golfing on Thursday for WPS are going to be Eugene DeCora, Tylen Walker, and Oscar Earth.
Okay.
And, Eugene and Oscar are both juniors, and Tylen's a senior. So those guys are going to be competing in the first golf meet on Thursday in Battle Creek. So good luck to you guys. Listen to your coaches, you know, and definitely, you know, take time to concentrate and maybe show up early and get to the driving range and hit the ball around a little bit, you know.
So we're gonna say many eagles to you.
Yeah, many eagles and birdies to you.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I gotta say to them.
Yeah,
1,000 ahos.
Yeah.
So I do want to give a shout out to these other young men that are on the golf team: Zane Bassett, Devin Houghton, Devin Harden, and Damon Payer.
Nice.
All juniors.
Yeah.
Also competing
Got
for the
another
golf
year
program
for sure, guys.
But you know, I think those boys I just named, they're all on the One Act Play and the drama team too.
Yeah, that was really good. Houghton there, he was really good. He was, I think, one of the lead actors and stuff. You know what I mean? So we had a Winnebago in the News special report, and it was very nice. And I see that the poster and everything. But shout out to that crew too, because the musical, man, that's a whole behind the scenes makeup, from production setup to acting to running the board, all kind of good things. So congratulations to Winnebago Public School.
Yeah, really proud. I really enjoy what Coach Adam James is doing up at the school. I mean, when he first started in Winnebago as the athletic director, I think we did still just have those 3 sports.
Yeah.
You know, and then over the course of the years, as time went on, we went from when I was in high school, my junior year, we were in D2.
Right.
We were all the way down to D2, a graduating class of 10.
Yeah, we were just talking about that because 56 this
Yeah.
year.
56
that are going to be
56.
graduating in May. And Les Painter was there, and he was younger than you, right? I mean, anyways, he was like, we graduated with 12. How many did you graduate with?
We had 10.
So,
Dude, I could name
Still
everybody
name
else.
them off?
Yeah, name
Yeah.
them all off, But
you
but
couldn't
yeah.
imagine now, right? I mean,
No, huh? Winnebago's grown so much and so much more beautiful now than it was when I was a kid. you know?
different opportunities. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
a lot
not
more.
everybody's going to play basketball. Like, dang, man, I need to probably get some coaching lessons on golf for sure, man.
So
Are you pretty good?
I'm not pretty good, but I have the fundamentals down.
Yeah.
But the thing is that just like any other sport, baseball, basketball, football, you need to go and put in reps. You got to put in reps. You got to do a lot of same motion over and over. I don't got time to do that.
Right. That's true.
And so we go to these golf tournaments, stuff like that, and both my brothers, can beat me in a score. Of course, you guys ain't got nothing else to do. I work. Nah,
I was like, the closest thing that I could say coming to golf is mini golf.
Mini golf.
Yeah.
Dude, I think mini golf is so fun to play.
It is.
I don't even know if they have a mini golf course up in Sioux City anymore. They used to have one.
They have one over by where if you're familiar with the Icky Nickel area.
They still have that one?
Yeah. I went to it last year.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty fun sport to play in. But yeah, I also talked to the coaches about the youth part of the golf. We can talk days and days about their students, athletes that they have from the high school. But I asked the question about what do they have planned as coaches to start some of the younger ones off, because any other sport that we talk about, we always talk about trying to start them early,
Yep.
teach them the fundamentals. And so the coaches had some pretty interesting responses. Currently the Boys and Girls Club offers golf as a part of their summer programming. Last year Greg and Wombley, Manny and Sky all helped out with that. They would take kids over to Pender, the Twin Creeks golf course, and introduce the game to the new ones, and then familiarize the ones that been there before on fundamentals of golf, stances and swings and what club goes for which and stuff like that. They did a good job with the Boys and Girls Club last year. I believe that they would go twice a week over there. They would hit the driving range, do that practice, and then take them on one round of golf for practice. And then Coach Huge, Whirling Thunder also has golf inside of their curriculum for the summer programming. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, just partnered with First Tee up here in the city. First Tee's well known around the whole country. You can almost go in every town or every city or anywhere with golf courses, and they're going to have that First Tee program. It's pretty well known around the country, and that was reached out to us, and we reached out to them, and it just kind of works out for a good partnership. And I think through the 6-week program, through our Fun in the Sun, our older kids, especially that 3rd through 6th grade era, those are the ones that get exposed to it more than the younger ones do. Yeah. But it's 6 weeks of golf essentially. Going once a week, and so it's big, man. I know that they just gotta work on the swing fundamentals and just hitting the ball forward and getting it straight, and then I think those last 2 or 3 weeks they actually go out and try to play par threes. And, try to see how far they can hit it and stuff. So it's been good for them. I really like the fact that we do that. Yeah,
I remember last summer too, Coach Huge. I had my daughter Jessique in Fun in the Sun, and she came back from those days from the golf course, and sometimes you get that little girl up, she kind of, I don't want to get up, oh, you're going golfing today. And then when she got back, she was all smiles, and she had one of the polos on,
the First Tee polo.
And she was telling us that they taught me how to swing and hit the ball and everything like that. So big ups to Whirling Thunder and the Boys and Girls Club for initiating these programs, because we all know that the kids need that practice. They all need to get familiar with the sport to get good at it. And I was talking about to my kids earlier. I was talking about your Hannah. I said, hey, Hena Decor, that guy's he's out for golf. I said he made the state golf meet last year. I said then he does esports. He made and I started trying to kind of give him ideas like, hey, it's a lot more than there's a lot more going on than just basketball and football and stuff.
Correct.
Like that.
I mean, you look at like what we're limited to in town with how many gyms we have.
Yeah.
This and that. I mean, we want all our kids to excel at any kind of sport they do. And like I said, I think we had that conversation even last week, was the fact that, our kids have that opportunity now to, delve into all kinds of different activities and be well-versed in all kinds of different things, because all these different sports that they're offering now, even esports, if you guys didn't know that, I don't know if I talked about this on the show last time, all of our kids that placed in the state tournament, they all received an offer to go play esports at York.
For real?
Awesome.
Cash involved kind of thing, what I mean,
Really?
like a sponsorship, scholarship type of thing for York. So all our kids right now that won an esports tournament, because they hosted at York, they all have an offer to go to York right now.
That's
Every
awesome.
single high school kid that won a state championship, yeah, they all have an offer in hand right now.
Yeah, so parents that are listening, and if your kid's interested in esports, or if he's even just interested in video games at home, maybe take a look into it. Talk to Coach Bales about next season getting into it, because just like Coach Youth said, there's opportunities out there for college, for have these guys come on and pay for your kids' school and do something that they love. So yeah, it's a good one. So,
And just so you guys know, I graduated with 7 people.
7 people?
Oh, in 02 we had 7 people.
02.
02 we had 7 people. We graduated on the old stage. We were the last class to graduate on the old stage.
Wow.
And there's 7 of us.
Wow.
I think we were the
7.
smallest class, and it's just grown since then. I heard the number 53 on the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we were 7. We have a class reunion every day at the store, so
Oh,
run into each other.
that wouldn't be hard to do. 7 people there. Before we end with golf, on what you guys know, or let you know something. Just this past week, myself and my son Greg, my two brothers Buff and Pete, we met up out to Winter Vegas for my brother's birthday, and we went to the golf simulators. And I know you guys have been out to the golf simulators out there.
Quite often.
That was my first time, actually getting on there and doing it. I actually enjoyed myself big time.
The golf simulators out at Winnebago's, and I don't know, and everybody has to understand that. Like Winnebago, they do have first class facilities, and compared to a lot of the stuff that you see around us.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the year before Hana made it to state, like that was our goal, was to be out there every Sunday. And the goal was to, throw down 1,000 swings before we even hit the season. Almost like you want to take 1,000 jump shots every month, or before your season starts. And so that really helped push him along. But again, if you guys didn't know that, like at the facility out there, like if you're on that one on the right, there's a camera on there, and you can watch yourself on a replay, and you can analyze your swing and make sure you're not swaying and doing all this and that. So we did a lot of that, during those months, in the dead of winter months, it's freezing cold, nothing else to do. But yeah, we were hitting out there quite a lot.
Yeah,
and that's what it takes.
It was really interesting, and I could see how just going to the simulator can be good for practice.
That's where they're at right now, actually.
Yeah.
That's where they've been practicing, because none of the courses are open. Old Dane's their home course, and right now they can't get in out the course isn't even open yet.
Yeah.
And they already missed one meet. They were supposed to have a meet, I think it was last week in Beamer, but the course wasn't ready or something.
Yeah.
So now they're going towards I think it's Stanton. No, not Stanton.
Battle Creek.
Yeah. But that's south of Norfolk.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking an hour and 20 minutes away already. So Hana's skipping out on Denver to go golf.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And I like it for him. That's something that, when we picked up the golf thing, that thing that I always try to encourage my kids with, and you guys might be able to use that with your own children, but it's to be adventurous, try new things. Don't let anything kind of hold you back, because, I mean, I can blow them up and tell you their scores from day one, but, they're shooting better scores now, and but that's literally what it comes down to, is just, just own it when you do it and enjoy it. Because that's the beauty about that game of golf that I've come to learn and love, is just, there's so many mistakes that do happen during the course of a round, but at the same time, there's all that opportunity to learn as well. And it's like, you can walk away and have your best day of golf. And that's one thing I always encourage them with is, they might come out and have a really bad day, or come out and have a really good day, but they're still upset that, oh man, I missed this or this and could have shot in the 80s or got down to, like Hana was on the cusp of 70s at the end of the year last year.
Yeah.
He's almost touching 70, and that's big time. You know what I mean? To be shooting almost par. Yeah. But I keep telling them is that you still haven't shot your best golf yet. You know what I mean? There's got to be that moment when you shoot your best golf. You know, and that still hasn't happened for them yet. For my daughter that's at college, and for him as well, even this season, and all the new guys that are coming up, it's going to be a learning curve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because our kids went through it. We understand what it is. But good on the boys, man.
I like what you said a little while ago. You said there's, you know, he hasn't shot his best game yet. Because I remember, like, just different sports, football, basketball, you know, everything like that. There's that one game that just turns like your whole not aspect, but like what kind of a ball player you're gonna be, what kind of golfer you're gonna be. And I say it to my basketball players all the time. There's gonna be one game where you're gonna actually understand that you finally know this game.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be able to miss. Everything you do is gonna be on point and in rhythm.
You and the boys are flowing. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
you know exactly where he's gonna be at.
Yeah.
He's knocking shots down. But then as a coach, you still look at it like we could be better.
Yeah, but so I'm waiting for Hannah to get that game too, to get that golf game in. So that would be exciting. So anyway, I believe we have a comment from Hannah. Bethany, you want to read?
He's got, beginning our 25th season, the Winnebago Native American Golf Association, formed by myself and Sam Prue. Coach Kenny Blackhawk was one of our first pupils.
There it is.
Yeah, shout out to Haniga. If you guys don't know, Haniga's been one of the biggest supporters of Winnebago golf. And, you know, obviously his grandson's coaching it and everything. But I mean, he's a pioneer of golf here in Winnebago.
Yeah.
One of the OGs, you know.
OGs.
Like even like where we go down and go golf at the Notabagay championships. We take our kids down there every year right now. We're planning to do it again this coming year. But he has a picture of himself at that golf course back in like the early 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that same golf course that the kids go play at. Like, Haniga's been there. You know what I mean? He's done all that kind of stuff. And like I said, he's a big supporter, and all his grandsons are starting to pick up the game. And he takes his grandsons out all the time. And kind of. And like I said, it's coming, man. Winnebago golf's coming. I'm telling you. There's a lot. Like, your group, like your boy, I will see, and then Prince are right behind him. Prince is a big golfer. His dad was a big golfer. You know what I mean? Like, there's kids that have been golfing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son just barely picked it up, but there's kids that have been golfing. I'm telling Hannah, like, yes, them scores low, so nobody can catch you. You know what I mean? But that's the goal, right? Is
the goal.
Bring kids in that are going to knock down your scores. You know, because that's that competition. That's that fire you get with sports.
Yeah. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Anthony as well. A shout out to Haniga for all the years he put in. Not only, you know, making his own game good, but also teaching the younger ones. You know, there's even younger ones now. I see him posting pictures of him with his grandkids and everything, you know, cruising around there.
Great grandkids. Now Key will be out there pretty soon.
That'll be good. Hey, also shout out to Sam Prue. Way back in the day, you guys, back in the early 1990s. But back in 1992, I went to Wayne State College, and I didn't really know anybody down there. I was like one of maybe two natives down there, and I was definitely the oddball. And one evening, I saw Sam Prue there, and he's like, "Hey, I got my own intramural basketball team. You want to run?" I was like, "You mean play basketball?" Nah, but I said, "Yeah, I'll run." And so then, after hanging out with Sammy down there, because he was going to school down there, found out that, bro, he was down there playing golf. He was playing golf for Wayne State. They was paying for his college. Yeah. And so that was like the first time that I actually knew or figured out that, you know, if you're good in golf, it could pay for your school too, you know. So shout out to Sammy for introducing me to golf, and you know, and just so on and so forth. I know this sport is growing, and I think it's in everybody's house right now.
Oh, I think so too. Like I said, I mean, I think everybody has seen a club or known somebody that's owned a club, and it's just taking those moments to learn. And like I said, our thing has always been about, you know, getting the youth going and everything. But like you were talking about earlier, with that Winnebago tournament they got going on, I mean, there's such a demand for golf in this community right now. I mean, there's the Nebraska Golfers Association. They're even talking about trying to build a course here in town.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to get our old 9-hole course that could expand to an 18 one day. You know, and then it's just finding the backing and the funding, and you know, it can run on its own. So I mean, there's plenty of it. And Winnebago, obviously, the school, they need their own home course now.
Yeah. So all you golfers out there, you guys keep your ears and eyes open for anything talking about this potential golf course in Winnebago. And then when they talk about it, come out and show your support. Let's get everybody together and show the support, and then maybe make this a dream a reality.
Haniga said Sam Prue, 2-time Siouxland Senior Player of the Year. He just won it this past year, too.
He did. Yeah. He did. Yeah, hey, so another shout out to Sam Prue for that. And then when we were out to Winnevegas the other day for our little birthday party out there, Sam Prue was working. He come back and said, "Hey, I heard you guys were back here." And then Kuna Bass didn't show up yet, so we already put his name on the thing. So we started. Kuna Bass turned like that. "Oh, Sam, Kuna's not here.
Yeah.
He's not here. So you want to take his spot?" And that guy's at work, works in the cage. He pulls out of the back of his pocket. He pulls out his golf club. He had his golf club at work. Come on now. So you know darn well that his lunchtime is spent over there in the simulator.
Yeah, it's a nice place, man. It really is. It's a nice place.
Yeah. So hey, usually we take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on the main topic, which was golf today. So I do want to say thanks huge for all your information that you always bring to the sports talk show and then to the community. And I just wanted to make sure to throw out there for the Boys and Girls Club and Whirling Thunder, not only with the golf but with the programming too. Please, parents, if you're interested in these things, please go down to the club or go down to Whirling Thunder and get your kids signed up. It can only do good.
And I encourage you guys all to do the same thing. I mean, the biggest thing that we ask of everybody is just to come learn information, right? Like, kind of learn what the program's about, learn what we do, and like for us, like even me reaching out for coaches and stuff is just, let volunteer the time, kind of, because that volunteer time is where you're going to learn about even your kids and their friends. And I mean, I know Q could probably back me up on that one, because it's like, you guys ever heard that saying, like, I want my house to be where all the kids want to be at.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's almost what you want to do as a coach, where it's like, you can go learn all your friends of your child. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn who they are hanging out with and what they're doing. And then you get a little influence on that. Yeah. I mean, it might not be much, and they might not listen to you in the long run, but, they might listen to you on the court. Yeah. But, that's where you get all those little life lessons. And that's where you add all that in. So, I encourage you guys all to research, call me, talk to me. We're always looking for volunteer coaches. Volunteer coaching can open up so many doors for you. And I understand it's not, a paid gig or nothing like that, but at the same time, the little benefits you get out of it with just more knowledge of your child, learning their friends, learning the landscape of how to kind of navigate the sports area for your children. So that way, when they get into the older classes, they start getting into more advanced arenas and club teams, and then you kind of know how to navigate that a little better because you have some experience yourself. And then you can make real-time judgments on, hey, is this really good for my child, or can I do a better job than them?
Yeah.
Because we're all learning. Even me, even you'll say that, I don't know nothing, but I'm still learning, you know.
I might be X amount years old, but I'm still learning this game,
Yeah.
And so, shout out to all those coaches there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to 100.9 on your FM dial, KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. And you are listening to the Big Voice Sports Talk Show with your host, Coach Q and Coach Huge. And we're also here with DJ Bessami on the controls there. So, thank you
have any
all
experience?
for listening.
You have any experience with golf?
I was telling Coach Q, I've played mini golf before. So
That was about my extent as well. That's what we learned from.
Mini golf was always fun growing up, and I think when I was a kid, I always just try to use that putter as a driver, and try to whack that ball, because that's what you see on TV. Then you get this little mini golf, and all you got to do is just putt.
Yeah.
You want to swing away, So.
Well, I mean, and even for me, like growing up, that was one of my favorite memories was, going out with Choka, heading up to Black River, then we're going to head over to the Dells, we're going to go mini golfing.
Yeah.
To the Pirate Cove and all the mini golfs up in the Dells, man. And that's what I remember doing a lot. Whenever we'd go to Rapid City or other random powwows, we'd always find the mini golf course.
Yeah.
You don't even know where we went. So, yeah, it's in my blood, I guess. That's where the kids must have got it.
Sure is. Well, one of the other spring sports that we're going to bring up and talk about right now is track and field. Winnebago's track and field, the high school team was on the road yesterday. They traveled all the way to Stanton, Nebraska, and competed in their first track meet. And talking with Coach James and other coaches, they were really satisfied with the outcome of the track meet. Although not all the athletes placed, Winnebago did show a lot of promise, a lot of competitiveness, and a lot of fight. That's what he was saying. And so you don't really hear that too often about a track team. But apparently we got some pretty good athletes on that track team. And Winnebago did score some points in that track team. We got Tressa Big Bear. I believe she placed
fourth in the 2 mile.
In the 2 mile.
I think it was a 2 mile.
I think it was the 2 mile.
And then she also placed in the 400, I believe. I know that was Daomi's song.
Yeah, and so Daomi Barrage, he placed first in the mile, the 2 mile, and they got second in the 800.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Now, you know, the 1600 or the 2 mile, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't really know like how far one time around the track is, the 2 mile is
8 laps.
4
laps is a mile.
Yeah,
8 laps.
8 laps. 8 laps around that track. That's the 2 mile. And we had 2 of our athletes place in that one. One got fourth, and Tressa got fourth, and Daomi got first place. So we have some pretty good runners this year. And then I also heard that that in the 800 Daomi almost got first place. He just got barely niched out of that first place spot. So shout out to those athletes, Daomi and Tressa, for bringing some points home and some hardware home for Winnebago, and also shout out to the rest of the athletes for all their hard work. Having your coach and the athletic director talk good about you, talk good about your team, talk good about the effort that you guys are putting in. I mean, that just speaks volumes, because he's the guy that has to make sure that Winnebago's sports, everybody's being respectful and being behave and stuff like that, and make sure that everybody's grades are up and everything. And then all of a sudden you get out there to compete, and then you guys are doing the same thing on the track that you guys are doing in the classroom, and I think that's incredible.
Yeah, track's a big difference compared to the majority of sports, because from my experience, you don't look like it, but I used to run track, but it's a lot of sitting around. We usually try to make it out and watch all our kids do all their events. We used to watch Hannah and all them do their junior high track and stuff, but it's a lot of sitting around, a lot of waiting. You should have seen how cold the kids came home, man. They said it was cold and windy, and I seen Adam. I was picking up my daughter last night. I seen Adam James. He was beat red, and it was just windburn. It was that bad for those guys. But to go out and show out even in weather like this, congratulations to you all. Congratulations to the team. Just keep competing. I mean, that's something that in sports is the lovely thing about it, is that you always get that chance to go out again. You know what I mean? You get that chance to go out again and give it your all. And those kids are starting to show out. And Winnebago's, Winnebago has put out state athletes before in track.
Yeah.
That it has happened. And Daomi's probably looking to do it again this year.
Yeah.
And I think Tressa's probably got a really good shot as well. And so, like you said, those kids that are looking up and wanting to do things like that, and just being a better athlete for themselves too. You know what I mean? It creates a healthier whole chunk, right?
Yep.
It gives you some life skills that you'll use as you get older. And who knows? And look at Daomi, ran himself into a scholarship.
Yep.
And Teresa could probably do the same as quick as she is.
Yeah, some of these athletes might love one sport, but they're better in another sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We was talking about the other day, like when I was in high school, I loved basketball more than football, and then track was my least favorite. But I went to state in track.
Yeah.
I got all state in football, and then I only got like honorable mention or something in basketball. So I was like, the love that I had for track, I didn't have that much, but hey, I had more success in it, And
But that's the beauty of that sport in general, right? Is that it is more of an individualized thing.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, the relays are important. You know what I mean? Because that's a standard of any track meet is you run relays as a team. The 4x1, the 4x2s, the 4x4s, the 4x, I think they even do 4x8s, maybe 2 laps around relays. I can't remember if they do or not. Don't ask, but it has been a while since I've been to a whole meet. But I mean, just that individualness that you get with track, it's almost like, it's that opportunity to just sit and learn about yourself. You know what I mean? You get that opportunity to, every time you go run that 100, okay, I got to take a couple seconds off. What am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? You just break all the little things down. It's not like a basketball game, like I said. Like, you pass it to your buddy, he's wide open, and he blew the layup. Like, come on, man, Q does that to me all the time, all man night, and dang. But you see what I'm getting at, though.
Yeah.
It's a big piece for those kids to learn about themselves, and it's one of those individual sports that I think is real beneficial for them.
One of the things that a lot of the student athletes probably don't really realize, but in track, it's really good not only to go to practice and get your sprints in and get your conditioning and stuff like that, but actually to get on the weights. I mean, get on the weights during track season. All it could do is make you faster, and then not only get on the weights, but just work harder and, like you said, try to beat your last time. If you
training part
if you got a certain time in your Monday practice, try to beat that time on Tuesday, then try to beat that time on Wednesday, Thursday, and whenever your next meet is, make sure and try to beat that.
You guys know the fastest Indian alive works for our hospital, right?
Oh, yep.
Went to Briarcliff.
Mr. Ironshell.
Robert Ironshell. He's the fastest ever recorded Indian to run the 100.
Oh, really?
In history.
Oh, that's
He
cool.
works right here at our hospital.
Let's go. Might as well get him up here on the show.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you
Honestly,
should.
it's a good one. We should bring him up mid-season and kind of see what he's got to say.
I'll see if we could.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody, what's his name?
Robert Ironshell.
Anybody here or see Robert Ironshell, tell him to give me a call.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So, hey, I was going to say, just one more shout out to the coaches for track. I know junior high track's going to be starting on April 3rd on my birthday. The first junior high track meet's going to be going. So, good luck to the coaches and all the students going to get out of school and go run for the Winnebago Indians.
There you go. Oh, no, Heinega just commented again about golf. Heinega wants to get that golf conversation going, man, and I'm with it. But Golf Association will have a draft soon of the Winnebago Golf
Incorporation papers.
So things are moving forward with that golf course. I've been to a few meetings myself, and like with our kids, the way they've kind of taken to golf, and we really want to support it, and we're going to try to support it as best we can. Hopefully Kelsey goes out.
One goal.
Yeah, one team, one goal on that one. And I've thrown some ideas out there about that golf course. Did you guys ever hear of they call it like a backwards course? It's a 9-hole course, but on one day of the week you play it one way, and then on the next day you play it the opposite way, and you technically get 18 holes out of a 9-hole course.
Play it backwards. That's cool.
Yeah. So like around your green area, there's another tee.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then we can go the other way. There's another tee. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make it. I don't know.
No,
that was my idea I threw out there.
That'd be pretty interesting. That'd be a good one right there. A lot of ideas. If you guys got any ideas on golf, just put it in the comment section there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on, and this is this next topic is your topic, bro. I can't just say this enough, but I want to help recruit for baseball this year, and so we're gonna use the radio and the live stream as help to recruit. So youth baseball and softball will be coming up, and I believe that on the Whirling Thunder Facebook page they have the information. I know that this past Sunday you guys had a meeting. I know I dropped my boy off down there. He missed a little bit, but he showed up. But I know that after I picked him up, he said that there wasn't that many people down there for the meeting. So what do you think that we got to do to continue on recruiting for this? Because I know that people want their kids to play baseball.
Well, let me tell you guys this right now. I spent my entire morning writing down rosters.
Oh.
So here it goes. You guys are all listening. Pay attention.
All
Your
right,
8U coach is Evan Decora. He actually kind of submitted me his own roster. He will take more kids, but he's been running with a group of boys since K2 ball. I want to say almost a whole year ago. Ran him through fall. What was that? Oh, sorry, fall football, flag football, and then he ran him through K2 again, and then springtime he's actually doing K2 again for football, and then he's going to turn him into the little baseball team.
Oh, okay.
So there's room there. I don't know how much more room, but you guys got to talk to Evan. Reach out to Evan if you need to ask Evan and get a hold of me. Again, my contact information's all over the flyer. You guys are more than welcome to text, call, whatever. I'll let you know what I know. The 10U coach, that's Duran Blackfish, host Sepga, and actually Carlos Vargas. So kind of a family group right there. Kind of took over that 10U for us, and he's got a good group of kids that he's got lined up. We literally just got done writing his whole roster out. So again, we have spots, but you guys have to reach out. That's the one thing that you guys hear me say on here all the time. You want your kids you want your kid to come play, you got to reach out and talk to us, because that's the only way. It's the free sign-up thing. It's all there for you guys, but you got to reach out and communicate. The contact right now for the 12U baseball team is myself. You can contact me for the 12U. And then for the 14U, that's Mr. Sean Walker.
Coach Sean.
So Sean is taking over for that 14s, and this will be our first year in Winnebago coaching 14s. So Q knows. I mean, this has been a pet project of mine since I've been at Whirling Thunder, and even before I started working at Whirling Thunder, I was trying to get baseball going. You know, we like Lucian Nakora and those boys. That was one of my first teams that me and Jared Doxey had thrown together. You know, we went and played in South Sioux and things like that. But you know, we've been at it for a long time, and we're finally at a point now where I've got enough to run a 14U team.
Awesome.
That's
You know what
great,
I mean?
though.
Like
That's
we're
great.
finally, it's with 3 years running almost. You know,
Yeah.
way on COVID, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're moving forward.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that because my youngest boy just turned 13, so now he can play
he
again.
can play, yeah.
Yeah, he's down.
Come
so.
play. All right, I'm gonna throw you guys some. It's not approved yet, but if you want to look it up, it's called D-backs Intertribal. It's an all Native American tournament down in Phoenix. It's like
Ooh,
13.
I remember
13.
hearing about that.
But check this out. But we can bring 15-year-olds.
Dude,
So
let's go.
if you guys got some 15-year-olds that used to play for me, Mr. Levin John LaPointe, you know, he's one of them that I think about. All those older boys that are right at that freshman age right now, they hit 15 already.
Yep.
They can come back, and I can get them playing again. You know, it'd be one big tournament, but it's a
Yeah.
big tournament. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on it. Hopefully I get it approved. I'll announce it if I do, though.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? I'll announce it if I do get it approved. And then, because that's a big one. You know, that's going to be one of those ones where I got to hit up HCI. I got to hit up all our different programs.
Hey man, well just let me know. You know, that's one thing that I got good at is help fundraising. You know.
Yeah.
So whenever that time comes, just feed that information to me, and I got you on helping at fundraising, bro.
All right. And then so we're gonna move on over here to softball now.
Yeah.
So fast pitch softball, another pet project of mine. What's crazy again? Like I've been at this even before I worked at Whirling Thunder. It's one of my pet projects or whatnot, and I'm gonna throw out her name right now, Miss Georgia Gomez.
Oh yeah.
Legend around here,
Yeah,
right?
legend.
Old school, man. She played ball. She was the real deal back in her day.
Yeah.
You know, you think about Lois Masquat and then Auntie Jeannie Masquat and you know all those old ladies, Robin Bear, and even her mom. And then her mom used to talk about playing with my grandmas. You know what I mean? That's how long softball has been around, and it's been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it's always nice to hear these ladies talk about that. But way back in the day, like you said, this was middle 2000s now. We're all the way back in the early 2000s, I want to say. But all the girls that me, my brother-in-law, OC, and Christine, we pulled a softball team together with George's help. What's crazy is that one of those players is now coaching my 14U. Just Miss Jacia Earth. We just met today. We start throwing the roster together. You know what I mean? Grabbing our 14U girls and getting all that stuff together. So if you've got a 14-year-old girl, that if she was 14 on January 1st, reach out. You know what I mean? If you guys know of anybody, your niece, your nephew, your chujunk, your granddaughter, whatever it is, reach out and let us know because we have that opening there in 14U and we're looking for pitchers. We need catchers, all that kind of stuff. A lot of these girls already have experience because, again, I've been running fast pitch for about 3 years now, and now I have enough for a 14U.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's just pushing forward the way it needs to be.
Yes.
So just see Earth. And like I said, on that group, I mean, we had Charlie Earth, we had Tiny Snakes, we had Kay, my daughter Kelsey, Aria, and they're all graduated. You know what I mean? And they were playing, I think it was 12U. I'm not even kidding. That was the 12U team that we played in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long we've been at this, folks. I've been trying to get this going. So we're finally in the part now where we're rolling. So that's the 14U team. The 12U team is coached by Crystal Grant. Miss Crystal Grant has been one of my softball coaches since I started at this job. She's been with her squad since they were I think we had a really young 8U that was playing 10U. And she's been with them ever since. And she's just going to continue going. And I love it for her. You know what I mean? Because those are all her daughters and, you know, all that kind of thing. But like I said, she likes to be involved with her kids. And like I said, it's that friend group. She always talks about during summer, her house is the spot now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all them girls all hang out now.
Yeah.
You know, they know Auntie Crystal. You know, that's just how it is.
That's how it
I love it
goes.
for her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I really appreciate her.
Yeah.
So that 12U team, though, you can reach out to Crystal or reach out to me if you've got some 12-year-olds interested. I know there's a few girls that are always kind of on the fence because they don't know if their friend group's going to join or whatnot. I mean, that's what I would tell you guys if you're around if your house is the spot. You know what I mean? All the kids are already there. Tell them, go play, go do something. You know, that's what our parents used to tell us.
Yeah.
Get out of this house, you know, go play, go do something. So that's our 12U. Crystal's running that. And then our our next coach that's been running with me now, and a big shout out to Kumi Masquat, man. She's been with us coaching since her daughter was able to start playing fast pitch at 8U, and she's still doing 8U. So this, I want to say, is her second year of softball, maybe even third if I think about it. But Kumi never stopped coaching her girls. Kumi's coached them through softball. She's coached them through volleyball. She coached them during basketball. She's coached them through volleyball again, and then we circle all the way back, and now she's got them again for softball. You know what I mean? That was the dream situation for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have a parent that wants to be that involved.
Yeah.
And that's another big friend group that just, you know, they all want to play sports. And you guys are talking about like the enrollment numbers and like how classes are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like, watch out for this third grade group that's coming up, like I've been talking about, man. Because if you can just, you know, get with your groups of kids, you know what I mean? It can be something amazing. Because by the time we get to high school, we're not going to have no sports for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. You know, and I've already reached a point where, like, me and Isaac Smith, and I've been trying to reach out to the village and all those things. I'm still trying to get that middle field downtown renovated. I've outgrown Lowell. You know what I mean? Like, it's what I did to the gym pretty much, where, you know, there's only the one gym. We need more practice time. You know what I mean? There's too many teams.
Yep.
And now we're at that way with softball now. So if we can pull the community together, you know, this is just my little spiel for the community on the sports stuff.
Oh, listen
Get
up.
me going. Get me going,
listen
guys.
up,
You guys
Coach
got me
Huge.
talking. Here we go.
Get your ears perked up.
So if we can convince our community membership and the guys that are working in their offices all day long, facils, HCI, you know, the people with a little bit of Judah in their pocket that want to help out the kids. I mean, we have all the equipment needed to renovate those fields here in this town right now. But now it's getting everybody on the same page to come. And they wouldn't even really be donating your time because you're clocked in, right? You just have to be tasked that way. You know what I'm getting at? And then we come in and we fix up the field and we make it look good for our kids, and we end up turning it into a place again where we can invite people to our town to come play ball here, you know, and bring that field back and make it something special, because there's room down there. There used to be chung edges down there, restrooms, right? It's kind of close to the track, and I think that's one reason they wanted to get rid of it. Let's put a fence up then. Yeah. Let's put more trees up, something, you know? Because I mean, I know Floyd dealt with that. You know, and they moved their whole ballpark because of it. But what they do, put it right next to a track anyway, a train track, you know. So
put it by a different track.
Exactly. Just move down the street. But that's my thing, though, is that, like, you know, it's all completely doable, but it comes down to somebody reaching out and wanting it. You know what I mean? It's got to come down and through, like, the whole community coming together and making this decision, like, this is what we want, you know, for our kids. Because, we're going to have adults BPing down there. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You know, we're going to have other people from other towns come, man, this is nice. We want to come back and, you know, use their facility. You know, that's nothing wrong with that. But that little place where there's plenty for restrooms, you know, we can just make it. And this guy's talking about fundraising. He knows you can put up a fundraiser anywhere. I don't need a giant concession stand and something really nice. And we can even make it like instead of a men-women, make it the uni one. You know what I mean? You know, have two of them like that. Whatever it is, you know, with all the pronouns people talk about nowadays, you know, just make 2 bathrooms down there. Yeah. And then have that concession stand just be something where, you know, I can bring a table, I got some plug-ins, almost like you guys have down there at the big board, right? Yep. Almost something real similar to that. And then you can actually play ball games down there. Let's talk to Wabasha. Let's get the lights fixed. How much is that going to cost? Because there technically is lights down there. I don't think we ever notice them anymore. You just drive by, you know. Crazy thing is the fence is really good still. The dugouts still look decent. You know, it's still a usable facility. But
you need to clean it up.
Yeah, clean it up and fix the field so it's not as lumpy. Because that's a dual purpose field for our community and our kids in sports. Because who else practices down there?
Pee Wee football does.
Pee Wee football. That's their practice facility. The whole outfield. And why not? Why not do it up for them? Yep. You know, they're a perennial running team in our community, and it literally gives, I want to say, close to 30 to 40 kids something to do every fall, something to look forward to, something to strive for, something to go be proud about. You know, and that's what we should be trying to do with our children, is make them as proud as we can and build them up and do those things. That's my spiel. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
Yeah, that's a good spiel. That's
it's
a good
good.
spiel.
It's a good message.
Yeah, it is good, and a good conclusion to that portion of the show. I have Final Four next, but I want to talk about a couple of the miscellaneous things before we get to the Final Four, and we'll have Final Four be a last one since we got the bracket right in front of us. So one of the sports that I want to talk about is esports. I had a conversation with Coach Austin Bales, and just asked him if there was any new news on the esports that he wanted me to share about what's going on with the team right now. He says we are in a final week of spring regular season. That's pretty cool. We are only playing Smash Bros. Ultimate this season.
Do you guys know what Super Smash Bros. Is? Go.
Super Smash
Mario Bros.
Not Mario Bros. Super Smash Bros. What's Super Smash Bros?
I don't know.
No, you know? No. It's literally just like all the Mario characters and different Nintendo entities that are on, and they battle each other. And it's on platforms. You can knock them off, and you got to get up to percentages and stuff. It's a wild little game, man.
Really?
I'm pretty good with Mr. Game & Watch. I'm pretty good at it.
So he said, depending on the outcome of the games this week, our Team 1 could be any seed 4 through 7, and our Team 2, they could be seeded anywhere between 10 and 14. Going into the playoffs, out of about 23 total teams in our division. The playoffs will be 3 rounds with the final 4 teams going on to the NSESA Spring State Finals on April 28th. The playoff bracket will come out this Sunday, so I believe after this Sunday, so maybe on Monday morning, the Winnebago Public School will be coming out with that bracket. So the record-wise, team number 1 should finish the season 8-3, and team number 2 should finish the season 6-5. So is Hannah playing on one of those teams?
No, golf. All in on golf.
All in on golf.
All in on golf during this season. Do not talk to him about any other sport right now. Because even trying to go play basketball at All West and do this and that, it's no. You know what I mean? Because he locks in on that one. You
know, one thing I wanted to do, and I told Coach Bales, I asked him, hey, who's all the players? Because I do like to mention the student athlete's name on the radio, because I know a lot of the youngsters, they like to hear their name. So I asked him any notable athletes that's carrying the team, or maybe a team captain or something like that. But then I told him I like to mention the names, like I said. So Coach said our team 1 has been Heine. Is that how you say it? Heine? Haina?
Sure,
Morgan.
Sure. I'll let you do that, yeah.
And Damon Pear all year long. Team 2 has been Aiden Robles and Isaiah Armel most of the season, but we've also had Devin Houghton and Eugene Decora play when they aren't involved with other activities. For playoff rosters, will be Team 1, looks like Haney and Damon with Aiden as their sub. And then Team 2 will be Aiden and Isaiah with Devin as their sub.
Nice.
So I really look forward to hearing the results of that. I told Coach Bales that maybe when they qualify for the state, I know they're going to qualify. Then we'll have him and some of the players come on and we'll interview them.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun
before they take off down to Kearney or something.
I got to backtrack here.
Okay.
I got reminded here. All right. So we're going to circle all the way back to track.
Oh.
Who's our 2-time state champ in the mile? Winnebago does have a 2-time state champ that ran the mile. Come on. Tick, tick, tick.
That's back in my days.
And probably not. I don't know. Is he older than you? I think he's a little older than you.
Yeah, he's a year older than me.
Yeah.
In the mile?
Yeah, in the mile.
Mile and 2 mile, or
just the mile? He won state twice in the mile back in his day.
Yeah,
We play old man ball with him. He comes down and plays with us down there.
I know who you're talking about, Wally Earth.
Yes, sir.
Wally Earth, his senior year, he placed first in the mile. He placed first in the 2 mile, and then he got second in the 800 at the state track meet his senior year.
Nice.
Tournament. That guy, yeah, speedster.
Yeah.
He's still kind of fast for an old guy, But yeah, shout out to him. Les reminded me of that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to him on track. You know what I mean? So Winnebago does have a history of fast athletes. That ain't no lie there.
Yeah, and a lot of good runners in the history of Winnebago. So that's one thing I tell the basketball players too. Is like we have it in our blood to run.
Yep. Then I got to backtrack a week, guys, and I totally forgot about this, and I feel super bad that this happened last week. I don't know if I told you guys or not.
What?
Okay, so we were talking about all the college athletes, right? That are going out there and getting their education before we're playing. We forgot somebody. Who did we forget?
Miss Zariah George.
She's there now. Correct. We did forget to mention her. That's correct. We did not talk about the girls a lot, but she is a female. So who do we forget? Come on now.
Who's out there?
Come on now.
Trying to think.
Come on now. I don't want to give you guys a hint. It'll just give it away. It'll give it away if I give you guys a hint here. It's another college athlete. She went out there, got her degree, currently employed.
Oh, currently employed. So what was your question then? Say it one more time.
Who is it? Who's the athlete? Who is the other athlete that we didn't talk about? She's a female.
Kelly Warrior.
That's one. Yeah, not it though. Not who I'm talking about. Okay, she led her college, or led that her conference in 3-point percentage one season. I should give you a hint. I gave you a hint there. Come on. Oh, he don't got it. Pilar Aldrich, CSM.
Pilar, yeah.
Her dad got after me on that one. I said, I am sorry. I see her every day, and I work with her, and I totally forgot to bring her up. But yeah, Pilar went out and got her degree down at CSM, and then she even led her little conference in 3-point percentage that year.
Yeah,
nice.
I remember watching some video clips of her. Yeah. And then plus I got to watch her all high school, so I know she can hoop. So
yeah. So shout out to Pilar.
Yeah.
My bad.
There you go. All right, so I just wanted to bring up esports for a little bit. I believe our time is coming to an end here.
Yeah, real quick, Hana got added. The field downtown used to face the opposite way. We played fast pitch softball there way back in the day. We had 2 Winnebago teams back then, the Stout Boys, Stansbury Boys, etc. A little history.
Oh, so you guys hit bombs onto the tracks, huh?
Yeah,
That's probably what happened.
That's probably why they switched them up. Is because I was hitting bombs to the tracks.
Haniga and them guys probably had 200-yard outfield.
That's why that back in the day they said, he used to knock them out all the time. Yeah. Of course, your field was only 150. The fence is right there in shortstop.
Just kidding, Haniga. Just kidding, man.
No, hey, I got to give a shout out to the Gas House gang from back in the day. All the old school softball players. Those guys used to go around and win tournaments all over the place. Even today, I'll go to a community that I'm not familiar with, and some random old dude come up to me and be like, "Hey, are you Greg Bass's boy?" Yeah. I used to play softball against him and all the Gas House gang. So you like my old farmer voice?
Yeah.
All
right, Final Four. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Final Four. So, Huge, tell us who's in the Final Four right now.
You got San Diego State came out of that side, or the South. Florida Atlantic, I think, is the biggest surprise out of the East. Miami, the U out of the Midwest, and UConn, another big surprise out of the West.
Oh, man.
They said that there's only 7 brackets in the whole world that predicted this Final Four on the ESPN stuff. Ooh. There was like 7 of them that predicted this Final Four out of the 20 million.
Well, because we read some on the ESPN one last week there was 0 out of 22 million.
Well, probably 0 perfect brackets. I think that's what that one was. There was 7 that predicted this Final Four.
Oh yeah. Well, hey man, I'm gonna tell you what. San Diego State looks tough.
Okay.
They're tough. Okay. But Florida Atlantic, man, their defense. I like the way they play defense. They play defense the way I like to see your people play defense. Yeah. And
at this point, man, on the other side, I mean, I'm probably going to go with UConn. I think Miami is tough. I mean, I like UConn, but this is what I'd like to see. I want to predict Florida Atlantic versus Miami. Ooh. The All-Florida National Championship.
That would be pretty cool.
Because Florida Atlantic's that Cinderella. I mean, they're sitting there as what were they? They're a 9 seed. They're the lowest seed ever to make it. Oh, no, yeah, they're one of the lowest ones. I think an 11 seed made the Final Four or something like that. But, I mean, that's what I want to see. But like you said, San Diego State's tough.
Well, since you want to see an all-Florida one, I'll say this. I'll go with the other one and have maybe UConn and San Diego State, so we can have one on one side of the United States playing the one on the other side of the United States, and not let Florida get all.
Where's championship game at this year? Yeah. Texas or something?
It's in Houston.
That's what I thought. I thought it was in Texas.
Yeah. So one from one side, one from the other side. Play right in the middle.
Yeah. There you go. Like I said, and when you guys were talking about the brackets last week, I walked in and ain't nobody know nothing. You know what I mean? No. And you guys don't know nothing. Nobody does.
That's crazy that anybody would even say, "Oh, my bracket's doing good." No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why are you lying?
Don't be lying to us now. Well, I say, okay. So if the question is who you got, I'm gonna go with, man. I like Miami's point guard, that left-hander. Mm-hmm. I like his game, so I'm gonna go with Miami, and I'll actually go with San Diego State.
Okay. I think I'll stick with mine. Florida Atlantic, Miami.
All right.
Miami winning it.
Miami winning it.
Bethany, you gotta.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see. I don't think I heard. Wait, who did you say you got?
I said San Diego State and
Miami.
And Miami, I said.
And then you said San Diego State's winning it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with UConn.
UConn.
Okay,
Oh.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
so,
it.
So I heard that UConn, out of the 4 teams, is the only team that ever won a national championship before.
Yeah.
And the other schools have not. So
yeah.
I would like to see them.
See, but the history-wise, I mean, when's the last time UConn won it? Rip Hamilton?
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker, that's right. That step back of his, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And UConn used to have some sick jerseys, though, back in the day, huh? They always had the coldest shorts with the husky on the side. They said UConn. You remember those?
It was Ray Allen days.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Ray Allen days. That's good stuff there. Oh, Les is reminding me, claiming it, and I want to get some fact check going, but they're saying that Wally has the state record for the fastest time ever. Maybe it got broke since then, but when he did it, it was the fastest time ever.
Yeah, have to hop on that NSA.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some digging on that one. I believe you, but we're going to do some digging on that one.
I know he has a school record for sure.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Better get him up on that board back there.
All right. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that does it for our time here. This is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show with your host Coach Q and Coach Huge, and also here with DJ Bessami on the controls.
Yes.
I'd like to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in to 100.9 FM on your dials this evening.
Keep them kids safe at post-prom this weekend. You know, look out for them and make sure that you're not encouraging and not trying to help influence it. You know, I heard Les's whole thing the other day about the tobacco use and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's not try to enable our kids to do bad. Let's try to encourage them to do good.
Yep.
You know, so look out
Be
for them this
better
weekend. Yep.
All right. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Join us tomorrow for All Request Live at 11 a.m.